So, I mean, Vanni, the early goal, it felt like it was going to kill the tie just with how Pacific's been this season in terms of not being able to score. But it also kind of seemed to take a little bit out of the team, coupled with Brian's injury.
Yeah,
it just kind of seemed to.
We think we went a little bit down when Brian got the injury. Also, it's a strange injury. It's we are unlucky against Pacific. We always have this kind of strange injury against them, and so it's a little bit. But I think, to be honest, the first half was really good. Even then, from minute 20 to minute for the first 10 minutes before the goal, we 3-4 chances. We could have scored even more and goal. But even after that, parenthesis, we scored the second goal and it was onside. So it would have been 2-0 with the VAR. So CSA, come on, put a little bit of money into the VAR for the next year, and that's so it's we did very well the first half. We did very well. We didn't concede anything. The only two scared were from two very silly mistakes in giving away the ball, but then we ran back pretty good. The second half, so James made some changes. They get out of the half much more aggressive than in the first half, and of course we felt a little bit okay. What do? We had to change a little bit, and we were a little slow in the first 15 minutes. I think until I made the 3 changes, they were better than us in those 15 minutes because we weren't able to get out, and they won the ball back, and they didn't have big chances, but they were always there. Then we make the change. We went to a straight 3-5-2, and with fresh guys in the mid and with Ali on the wide side, and I think we get into the game again. We could have scored the second goal even in the second half, and I'm satisfied with the performance of the team. So at the end, it was always on the line because with a goal it was 1-1, and then okay, everything can happen, but we were in control, I would say.
The injury to Brian was obviously concerning, and you saw right away Sam and Ryan were concerned with him going down. I know it's probably too early, but any update you can give us?
No, the good update that after taking that hit on the face, then he was, good in the sense that he knew where he was and everything. So, but of course, I don't want to speak for the doctor, but I think he's going to be placed in the concussion protocol for sure, and we will see how he reacts in the next days, and if I wouldn't bet for him to be in Austin in the game, to be honest, but I don't know yet.
It's Toronto now in the final. It's a repeat from a couple of years ago. What are you expecting from that compared to the game earlier in the year? And you're going to be checking the skies at training just in case?
I don't know. That's good fishing, but I'm getting away. And I think it's going to be very different than when we played when it was April, at the beginning of the year. They are much more structured defensively than when they came here. They're much more compact, to be honest, and you could see if you're not a good team, you don't go to Houston and win the game, and then of course they are really good at with the ball with all players. I think that of course we have the skill, the quality to win the game. It's gonna be hard, but we are ready to go. I think I'm never shy. I think it's a 51-49 for us because it's a busy place. That's the only thing. But it's gonna be a nice night, a nice game, a beautiful clash against a rival, I would say. So that's it's gonna be fantastic.
Vanni, you talk about the performance and saying that you were satisfied, especially in the second half. Was it a case of you got the goal, you were 2-0 up in the aggregate, it was sort of job done, you didn't want to push yourself, given that you just came back from a break, or was it a case of maybe just a bit of rustiness because of the break and the fact that some players are just getting back into?
I think the second thing. I think especially at the beginning of the second half when they started pressing us, you saw a little bit of rustiness of the player and mistakes that we normally don't do it. The other thing is that without Brian, it's very hard for us to press in the 3-4-3 and to afford 3 strikers up top. So I think we went much better when we made the 3 changes, and with Damir and Fafa top pressing 3-5-2 and having a midfielder more. So that was the other big change, because one thing is that you win the ball 6 times out of 10 in their half, and then one thing is you win the ball every time when they shoot out, and you have to start from your goal every single time. So that's the luck that we have a lot of players that can play in different system and everything. And so I think that the second part of the second half was good, but the first half I think it was like the fact of not being quick enough to react of Pacific change of attitude.
And now that you have this game under your belt, do you see it as sort of like a great opportunity for that rustiness to be kind of shed off?
Yeah.
Is that why you also picked such a strong team for this match? So
Well, I picked a strong team because this is the most important game of the month, getting to the final again and trying to win the championship again. But also because we needed the fact to have a real game. Then we go to Austin Saturday, and it's going to be very hot and very demanding physically. And then the next week, the following week, we play Dallas at home with 5 guys that are not going to be here because they're going to be in international break. So, it's the hard part is coming, but the beautiful part is coming too. So that's we look forward to that, and we need everyone, and we need to go every game trying to win games and to be a little bit more, I don't know how to say, like intentional, the size, going for it when we are in the box. I think the only thing that I'm not very happy today, that when you have like 5 chances and you score only 1 goal, and the goal that you score, it's on a bounce, because even that shot was saved by the goalkeeper, and we need to do a little better, because you're not going to have like probably 10 chances against those teams. We're going to have like 4 or 5, and we need to get high our percentage of realization.
And then last one for me, we talked about with Ryan his call up to the Scotland squad, and he was quite nonchalant about it, very Scottish. But for yourself, what do you make of his call up and him finally getting recognized after such good form after 10 years of not being called up?
I'm very happy for him, because probably he's been nonchalant with you, but he's very happy, and I'm proud of him, and I'm proud of the team. We have already 5 players, and Pedro is in the supplemental list of Ecuador. There would be almost 6 players in that would be called for the national team, and it's indicative of the quality of this team, because it never happened before, and they're getting called not for for very good team like Canada is a very good team, and we have 2 players that are going to be called there. Scotland is a good team. Paraguay is a good team. Haiti is winning their group, and Fafa is going to be there. So that's it's really good, and it's probably they improved because they have a good coach now. Yeah, it's credit to them, but also credit to the club and to their teammates, because nobody shines by themselves, and so I think it's a team win, even this individual recognition of the player.
Will you get Levante back for the weekend?
Hopefully, but we're not sure yet.
I guess Vanni, 2 for me. First one, the first half, the fact you got the early goal. The possession at halftime was 80%. I guess, what do you kind of make of the way you guys were able to slow things down and kind of defend actively as well?
Again, I was very happy in the first half. Like, they had this attitude, that the same thing that they did in Langford. Like they were very deep, trying to avoid us to play through them and counter basically. But we were really good at creating chances, not giving them the possibility to build up back when we lost the ball. In fact, the goal that we score, we are attacking, they win the ball back, and then we win the ball back with the press. So again, I think the first half was really good. Was nothing short of a really good performance. Again, the second half, the first 15-20 minutes, we could have done better.
I guess can you also just speak to the lecture you had in this game of you start a Canadian international down the left in Sam, and you know he tires and you're able to bring on another one in Ali, and just having that threat.
Yeah. This is a luxury. Like, you know, we on from the bench came on Damir Krajlak, that okay, maybe he's a little older now, but he's been top player in this league for years. Ali, national team player. Fafa, international player too. Tristan, that has been our best defender last year. So that, you know, having this competition, Sebastian, they came on like so having this competition for every spot, it's really important because you know, brings everyone to do their best. And you know, it's the fact that we discover lately also that you know, Bilal did the fantastic Leagues Cup, so boom, very important minutes, 12-13 minutes that we need to close the game. We have a solid option there too. I'm really happy. And then we had our and Yohei also was on the bench, so really good.
Speaking of your goalkeepers, Isaac Boehmer has really established himself as the number 2 at this club. He is definitely a cup goalkeeper, and he's really done well with the opportunities that he's been given. Can you just talk about his development over the number of years that you've had the player?
Yeah, Isaac developed massively. Like you know, it's another, I would say, masterclass by Youssef. Like he really improved a lot in his positioning, because Isaac has a massive tools to play this game, because he's probably the most powerful goalkeeper that I've ever seen in my life. And he needed to improve a lot in his positioning, in his playing with his feet, in his experience. And two things: one, the huge amount of work that he did first with Regan in the academy, and then with Youssef, that improved him a lot. Second, the fact that we have WFC2. If we didn't have WFC2, Isaac would have been that good now, because he would have missed the opportunity to develop playing a lot of games. So it's really good, and you know, I can tell you, it's 5 weeks before the final, 4 weeks, 5. So if you ask me the lineup, I don't know 10 out of 11. I know 1 out of 11, that is Isaac, that will play the final. So let's be clear about it.